Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I am Noelle. And this is Morgan Donner. And I am in a second location, hanging out with my buddy, and we are gonna do a fun little project today, so I thought I would take you with me. We're gonna be doing solar printing. I had some bandanas left over from when I made these bandanas and dyed them, so I thought we would try solar printing, and then Morgan went kinda nuts and got 1 million new colors of paint for us. It's not paint, it's dye. Is it dye? Is it paint?
It's dye.
It's dye. It's dye. So essentially, we're gonna go pick some plants and make some pretty bandanas and another secret project. Cool. Hi. Editing Noelle here, coming back to explain a little bit about what's about to happen, which is that Morgan and I filmed this video with like no plan whatsoever. We were goofing off one day, decided to do this project, decided to take you with us. So we're gonna dive right into the middle of testing things and getting things done. We're also going to film just what happens outside with the sun dyeing part, because inside it was super pitch black because we were trying to paint the stuff on in the dark, so there was like not really a good place to film because we had to do it downstairs in the dark in her kitchen, so you're not gonna see any of that. However, we come back at the end and we explain the whole situation and what happened and what each thing was and how it like worked differently than the other things. We're gonna give you a big explainer at the end, so like never fear if you get into this video and you're super confused, just stick it out to the end, keep on writing, and we're gonna come back and give you a big explainer. So like enjoy the crazy train that is me and Morgan hanging out. Okay, we are filming a tester with a screen around the edge here on, so these are the same but have several different colors on them, to see how they do with this screen on, because we kind of need a something to hold down anything we put on top of things that we've painted. So we're gonna do this test and see how it goes, and I'll be back in 10 to 20 minutes to see how this is turning. These orange ones are green, this guy is purple, this is blue, and that is gonna be red. I don't understand how that's gonna be green, but we're gonna find out. Hot damn, it's already like, that's very quick, and in fact that did turn green. Interesting. These are Morgan's toes. This is another test that we're doing here to decide whether or not we absolutely need to use their rinsing product or just can use water. So we'll let you know about that as well. Okay, so the stuff is called Solar Fast by Jacquard. Yes? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. If you would like to try this, that is what we're using. It's a little bit easier than, what is the other stuff called?
Cyanotype.
Cyanotype to use, because you just slap it on and set it out wet instead of having to let it like dry and cure and stuff first in the darkest dark. So we're doing the easy method here.
Alrighty. Away with the frame. And oh, this is gonna be fun. Well, the one with the frame is the one where I accidentally like did an additional whoosh, so it should be easy to keep them distinct and different.
We're rinsing them out to see what they look like rinsed out. You're getting the live view. I'm not sure that that screen mattered at all.
Yeah, it does not seem like it's really, it's not like color is rinsing out. And we can let them dry in like 20 minutes. I'm sure they'll be dry enough to like officially for sure check, but I don't think the screen made a huge difference.
No.
This is the screen one.
Absolutely not. Like I think for the purposes of like some bandanas, like this is very exact. Excellent.
This is the one that was just water, but it wasn't a dirty bucket. So we don't know how much of that dinginess was bucket versus like the blot dye bleeding and like becoming an issue.
Yeah.
And then this one was with the special detergent.
Yeah.
And that does look nicer, but
we don't know why.
We don't know if the bucket is the factor or not.
But we don't have to use very much detergent, so I'm just gonna vote that we should just use detergent.
Yeah. Just a smidgen of detergent in each wash.
Yeah. So we're now looking for fodder for sun printing. I found this beautiful Japanese maple, so I'm gonna cut a little branch off that for that purpose. Ferns also seem like a good idea, so I'm gonna get a couple big ones and some little tiny ones. Oh, and another maple. Okay, I have one that was yellow and it's already teal. It's only been out here like 2 seconds, but I put some Japanese maple leaves on it, so we'll see how that goes. Ooh, she is pretty. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. It doesn't have to be all the way dry when it's done, but it has been out here for 20 minutes and I can see the teal color is really good, so I'm very excited to see her done. And while we wait for the sun to do its thing, I think I'm going to take a little learning break with the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Skillshare has thousands of creative classes in countless categories ranging from beginner to advanced. They are the largest online learning community for creatives with a wide depth and breadth of topics ranging from film, illustration, animation, design, sewing, content creation, and so many more. Skillshare is also an on-demand platform with stackable lessons so members can learn at their own pace, no matter what their skill level. I have a project coming up soon that requires a lot of hand sewing, and I see that our own Bernadette Banner has released a hand sewing level 2 class. How exciting! I think I will spend a little time taking this course and perfecting my hand stitching skills. I haven't done a lot of pad stitching before, so I think I'm going to learn a lot about that. One of the things I love about Skillshare is that they have a learn by doing approach to teaching, where members can create and share projects after completing a class, and you can get feedback from the community. I found that so valuable and interesting to look through everyone's projects. It's a really great resource. And right now, the first 500 people to use the link in my description will receive a 1-month free trial to Skillshare. So click that link and let's get started now. Thanks for sponsoring this video, Skillshare. Morgan did a crazy patchwork situation of all the colors and then laid some ferns on it, which is bitchin', and I cannot wait to see how this works out. Also, if you dry them on plain wood, it will dye your wood, FYI. Okay, now I'm doing an orange dye test to see what this dye looks like. This is burnt orange. I was just having a look at it. I took this outside and it was like instantly orange. We've found that if you leave it in the sun for 20 minutes, that's way too much, and it like actually goes through the leaves, the like sunlight does. So it doesn't leave a white background, it leaves a slightly colored background, which is still cool. Like, I don't know. I'm very excited about all the ones I've done so far. I did a fern one already, which I'll show you as soon as it's done. But this is a very fun project. I'm having a very good time. Do recommend. It's very easy. Okay, I am currently making a Coraline purple with stars, although hers is more blue purple than this turned out to be. And then Morgan is making some patches that she could use on clothes, which I think is a cool idea. Now we're doing maple leaves. Should be fun and pretty. We have this beautiful thing that Morgan
we're trying to follow the sun.
Yeah, because we're running out of sunbeams to do this in. But these are things in her garden, which if you watch Morgan Donner's channel under Morgan Donner, you can see all the things that she plants in her garden and how she made her garden, because she has videos on them. I will link them down below for you. Morgan is about to lay out our big boys, because we got some big ones. I just showed you my big boy going down with the Japanese maples. It turned out so good. We will definitely show you all of them once they are washed and dried. Some of them are in the washer right now. Here is the smoothing process. How you get the dye on here is you can take it, and so in this case we just put it in a bowl and essentially made a dye bath with it. So put some dye in a literal dog bowl, which is right there, and then go ahead and put some water in that and then smush it around. I also wet my thing down first. You can also just dry brush it on, like you can go straight out of the bottle without diluting it at all. Although you can dilute it and you get like half power. Like if you dilute it 3 to 1, if you dilute it 2 to 1, you just get more dye. It doesn't seem to make it less exciting. So anyway, that's what's happening now.
Yeah.
This is a fun project. We've done so many today, and like it's not, I think it's like 4 o'clock. We've been doing this for like 3 or 4 hours, but like also eating lunch and whatever. So I would say that this is a great project. This is a great project for kids to do, This is a great project for groups to do. Like, yes, do like. Also, the more stuff, like you can do cutouts. Like she cut out this out of a Coke can.
Yeah, to make a
cardboard.
moon.
This looks awesome.
Yeah, and we are sitting in the shade.
Yep.
To.
It is already turning purple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're doing what we can.
Yeah.
And I figure if I keep scattering them around, then like I might get different shades, but at least like it's kind of scattered around. How like it's not this side's really bright and that side's dark.
Yeah.
I did it last.
Oh, that was a good throw right there.
Thank you.
And you don't have to, like, the great thing about this craft is it's not like precious. Like, in fact, if you're precious, it sucks because you got to go faster than that. So it's great.
Stars are complete, so I can move the stuff and go put it in the sun. We'll do a little shuffle over that way. Content that you didn't ask for. Whoosh whoosh. I'm a helper.
I'm leaving this audio in.
Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Steam, steam, steam.
Okay, so we are done and we are here to show you the items. We have
All the items?
many items to show you. So this is our show and tell section of this video. First, these were the samples that we did. Ta-da! To see what full strength is. Full strength is very saturated. So I will definitely say that.
Yeah.
We learned many things about this craft.
Which we will now share with you.
Yes. This guy is Morgan's project that happened first. Yes, you did this one first. And I like it. I think it's fun. It's a lot, but it's fun. Oh, look how it looks on camera.
It's very a lot.
Oh, I think it looks like a little bit diluted out on camera.
Yeah. I think I was, because of these little squares, I was like, oh, it'd be fun to do a bunch of little squares, and yeah.
You got a good leaf pattern too, like given how long this took you to do. Like we did these inside the house, that's why you didn't see us actually painting stuff on, is because we were inside the house.
Where it was dark.
So we did these kind of in the dark in the house, not in the dark, but you know, less light. And that actually lets you have more time to play with it and like, because this took you...
like at least 30 minutes.
Yes, I would agree with that. And most of these are the raw colors if you just take them and paint them on a dry surface. There are some diluted ones in here, but even when they're diluted, they're not...
like that one's probably diluted.
This one right here is like very diluted. This was a good like sampler. The one thing that I will say is like when you wash them in the washing machine, they change color even more than...
Yeah.
So even if you take them out, like we took them outside, brought them back in, and then rinsed them out really good in the wash bath. And even if they dried out after that, this is still not the color you're really gonna get.
Yeah,
so
that first like actual machine wash is gonna definitely take out some of the color.
I would definitely say do test strips like we did, where you do different dilutions and then just put them in the washing machine, wash them, and then your test is complete. But if you just do it and then look at them...
And then be like, good enough, and then jump in.
No, your test is not complete. Okay, so there's that one. This was my first one, which is the teal.
And that's full strength, that
Full
one.
strength on dry fabric. And I feel like this turned out really well. I really liked it. This one exemplifies a lot of how if you have a material that is like natural and the light can go through it, if you leave it out, because I think I left this one out for at least 10 minutes, maybe longer.
That might have even been 20, because our test was 20.
But you can see right there, like in the middle, where it has two leaves overlap, we got less sunlight, how that one's actually whiter than the rest of it, which means the rest of the leaves actually, like some of the sunlight did penetrate it. So like, I would say like natural objects.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of variance because of how thin their membranes are or not.
Yes. Although you have a sample that you should hold up that sample, because that sample is crazy.
This is a very, very cool sample.
It has the leaf veins in it, which I was just so impressed with. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, like if I could get this specific effect like on purpose.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the testing really comes in handy.
Yeah, and it also says like on the bottle to do it 10 minutes in full sun and 20 minutes in
shade, cloudy.
Cloudy sun.
Not shade, cloudy.
There were ones that I had out there for like 3 minutes because 3 minutes is enough. And if it's enough for the color that you want, take it out, because the longer you leave it, the more likely the sunlight is to go through your
and
item.
It'll still end up colorizing through whatever your object is.
Speaking of,
this is a very good example of that.
This is the one you guys saw us putting the stars out for.
Yeah.
And as you can see, they're very light because we had the wash on for a while ahead of time, although we did cover it.
Yeah.
But then
I think it's mostly we left it out too long, and the stars themselves were transparent. Material.
Yeah, translucent.
Translucent.
Yeah. And so some of them, the ones that she threw down first, are a little bit brighter, and obviously the bigger ones are a little bit brighter. But the smaller they got, and the later she put them on, they're a lot lighter. So that happens. So I wouldn't use translucent material unless you want color. Another thing is, this is my big one, which was supposed to be burnt orange, and as you can see, it is salmon. Which is fine. Like, I like this color, and I like the leaves. They turned out really well. I expected it to be more burnt orange, so definitely color test. Also, this one was much darker before it went into the washing machine, and when it came out, it was definitely like way lighter. This is the back. Yeah, that's why I'm saying you should washing machine test in your tests for sure. This is my stars bandana, and here's an interesting concept. This is wrinkles. So if you have wrinkles in your fabric when you take it outside, it will make lines like that, and I actually kind of like them. I think they look cool. This is my Coraline bandana. I wanted a purple stars situation.
I was hoping my stars would turn out more like that, and I should have pulled it sooner.
Yeah, or we should have been more careful when we put it out, I think. Yeah.
What's done is done.
What's done is done. This one is so cool. This one I love. This is my favorite one that happened. These are all the things that are in her garden.
Random plants from the garden.
And like, look at, what are these pansies? Look at these pansies. Some of the light went through it and some of it got blocked, so you get like a little gradient effect there, which is really pretty. Like, I think that bandana is really cool. So by the way, also on this one I pre-wetted the fabric, and I think that's another reason it's so diluted and lighter. And also I did this one as a squish bath. So I put the ink dye and water in a dog bowl, and then I pre-wetted it, and then I just dunked it, kind of like a Rit dye bath, but with not nearly so much water in it. And then you have to like squeeze it out and then suck it back in, and squeeze it out and suck it back in. And that does work as a method to do it, but it diluted the dye by like many times because of that, because it was pre-wetted, because it wasn't. We do have a sample of what happens if you don't pre-wet. Right? Wait. No, he squished.
Yeah, but he did not pre-wet.
He squished, but not. So this is Mr. Morgan Donner's shirt, and he did not pre-wet, and so he got some shirt showing through. I like it because it's acid wash, and I think that's neat. I don't know if he loves it.
I think he's like,
yeah.
I think he had a different vision. He wanted it all to be, one color.
Yeah. And he could, if he wanted to, over dye this, because he'll still be able to see where this is, and he could lay this down again.
Yeah.
In exactly the same place, just dye it again, and he could even paint it on, and it would still work. This one was painted on, but definitely diluted down, and I spritzed it, but not soaked it beforehand. I did get blue over here.
Well, that happens.
So the surface that you're doing it on, we did it on big flat boards. Do wash that surface between, otherwise you're gonna get some blue, or whatever the color was before it, on. And this one was ferns, and you can see that down at the bottom here, we have some ferns that are a little bit more muddled, and that's because they were moving, I think.
Yeah, like right here.
Yeah. I think it's because the wind was picking them up and moving. But then there's some that are like, up this corner is pretty good. So if you can, we were using screens because these are so big and we didn't have glass to use.
Ideally, you'd use like a big old pane of glass or plexiglass to like, it's a clear surface, and it would like, that weight would help hold down your stuff. We didn't have anything.
Yeah, in fact, she has a video on her channel where you did cyanotype one, which is the other kind, so you have to put it on and then let it dry fully in the dark, and then take it outside. And you used glass in yours, yeah.
Because we had glass, but we have since then used that for other projects. So.
And you found that if you have glass, and so say you have a big thing and you need to do 2 sections, that glass will leave a line.
Yeah.
So you need a glass that is as big as your thing, or you need to do half and have the glass at least be bigger than the half and then switch it over. And I would definitely wash it in the washing machine between the halves. This one was heckin' diluted. This one was green. It's still kind of yellow in the leaves. I have found, I think, that when you have green dye, it doesn't get as white. It doesn't stay as white. Like there is no white with green. That's my theory. I don't know if that's true. Although this fabric was not white also.
Yeah, it's kind of like a light tan.
Yeah, but this is definitely like yellowy in some spots. So this one was super diluted because the green that we had was really like army greenish. And so I wanted, yeah, here, this color. So I wanted a lighter green, so I diluted it a lot. You can dilute it like 1:1 and you won't lose any color as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I mean, this one wasn't diluted a lot. I think I only pre-wet it.
Mm-hmm. So that's one dilution.
1 cup of dye, 1 cup of water. Mm-hmm. So like that's like, yeah, maybe 2 cups water to 1 dye is like the equivalent.
This is like 3:1 plus pre-wetting. So if you just want a light color, you can do that. So, and then we have one more shirt, which we thought we would show you. This is also Mr. Morgan Donner's. He did this one, and he even got some of the teeth in this guy on the saw. And what's kind of interesting about this is the whole thing was dunk dyed, right? Yeah. But the back didn't get exposed at all, and it stayed natural color. So he has like a creamsicle shirt. Yeah. My favorite part of this is actually that the creamsicle is just like a little bit on the bottom here.
A little sliver. A
little sliver on the back of the shirt on the inside, but not on the outside.
And he did that one first, and so with this one, he did flip it while it was still wet in order to expose both sides. So
if you do a t-shirt or something, you want to definitely expose it if you want it to be that color, otherwise it's just going to go back to normal. And also that tells you, oh here, it happened in here too, this is funny.
Yeah, you can see the inside of the collar.
Yeah. That's funny. So anywhere really that gets sun is going to turn color, and anywhere that doesn't get sun is not going to turn color. So you can get creative with that. Like that seems like a really cool thing. Anyway, I had a good time. This was a fun hobby craft thing that we did. Yeah, I was like, hey, do you have sun dye? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, I have many bandanas.
I have many sun dye.
Yeah.
It was good.
Go team. Go team. Anyway, do this. It's super fun. It's fun for, I think this is a great kid project too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that like you can get really interesting by yourself if you wanted to take a long time to do like kind of interesting effects and like layer different dyes on top of each other and like do multiple exposures. Like you can do a lot of really cool things slowly, or it's also fun to just take several people at once and just kind of chaos do stuff.
I think it would be a really cool party thing to do. Like if you had like a party of adults or children, you will get hand dye on you. It goes away pretty fast. Like mine was yesterday and I really only have it in my nail beds.
Yeah, I've got like a hint of blue still left, but not too bad.
Yeah, so it will go away. But I did dye my jeans. So anything you get the dye on if you go outside is gonna get dyed. If I had realized I had touched my jeans, I probably could have just taken them off and washed them and they would have been fine.
If you didn't go in the sun at all.
Yes, yes, yeah.
If you accidentally got a bit of dye on your jeans, you went, oh no.
Yeah.
Throw them in the wash. Yeah, they would have been fine.
Yeah, so that would have been cool. But I didn't see that or think about it. So anyway. Okay, well, I think that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to give it a thumbs up, please go in the comments and tell me if you've ever tried this before. And leave me notes about what you're watching, what you're listening to. What did we watch? We watched something fun yesterday. 1,000 Dares on Dropout.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. We also watched Exploding Kittens on Netflix.
It's a show.
It's a show. I think it's hilarious. Some of you will love it. It's very funny. I think it's by the guy who did the Oatmeal.
That sounds right.
Yeah. And it is the card game Exploding Kittens, but
turned into a TV show.
Turned into a TV show, and it's hilarious. Like, it's very funny. And the guy who plays Lucifer on the show Lucifer is God, cat. Because God gets turned into a cat. First 5 minute spoilers. But it was very good, so I do recommend. So let me know if you guys have any recommendations for me, podcasts, books, etc. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!